War Thunder adds asterisk as a real critic, I've always considered shit that I've never played. Therefore, I didn't touch any part of Wolfenstein, even with a stick. Well, in general, at the first Wolves I still ran under the table. But the rest, my god, well, there is a cold. But even though the shootans are now completely impoverished, I still looked with apprehension at the new Wolfstone. Because according to the trailers, it seemed as if it was just Doom, only in an alternate reality with Fritz and with tasteless stupidest American humor like Saints Row. Look, we have dildos here, a sausage costume, a shit machine and a cardboard world. Have fun. Well, as you have already noticed from the name, I have already jumped on this boat with Schnitzel and Wonder Waffles. And from the very first level I realized that it was just fucking awesome. But first about the plot. The game tells about what would have happened if the Nazis had won the war, dropped a bomb on New York, grabbed alien Jewish developments with which they technically progressed so that they built a studio for Hitler on Venus for fun. Yes, I know it looks like complete nonsense. Despite this, a group of rebels led by the square-headed protagonist, Blazkowicz, selflessly continues to fight against the Nazi occupation, which is commanded here by Angela. Oh, I'm sorry, Frau Engel. As fucked up a woman as possible. Every time she appears, you are thrown into shock from what she is doing. So, this lady has an incredible love for our cute Tella Schweiger. By the way, in return, because, as with each of their meetings, someone necessarily loses limbs. And all because this Blazkowicz is not some kind of patient strudel, he puts sticks in her wheels with enviable regularity from his submarine, cuts krauts into cabbage, and in general the nightmare of the entire Nazi movement. But our hero is not alone. He is like Naruto, gathered around him loyal, but apparently useless comrades, because as for sorties, he still carries only his pregnant wife. Now briefly about the gameplay. He's like this here. Cataclysm, like angels weeping the dark asterisk, but despite the fact that this is a tooth-crushing shooter, shooting in this game very often faded into the background for me. I liked the plot so much. I wanted to follow the story, listen to the conversation of the Krauts, learn more about the minor characters, their relationships, perform side quests, observe funny everyday conflicts. For example, I never went on a mission until I found out how the German fat woman was doing. Because all the characters here, from the main to the secondary, have their own unique character, which is generally unusual for this genre. Yes, even here, down Max Hass with half a brain, who repeats only his name, will give odds to any main character, Andresian's films. And the dramatic children's story of Blazkowicz is told so skillfully, touching such touching notes that resonate in the heart, that already at the 5th minute of flashbacks, my testicles were drawn from empathy to the throat. I haven't seen such a level of directing, working out the plot and the surrounding world to the smallest detail since Half-Life 2. This is definitely, in my opinion, the best and most soulful shooter in recent years. And that's it. Subscribe to the channel, click likes, use the bell and see you again.
Subtitles were made by Blazers HD.